I've been gone for like I don't even remember the time I left. I left uh around. I really didn't want to leave here, but my auntie. I left with my auntie to go to this reunion thing. You know what I'm saying? Earlier, I left from the Regal Towers and went to Southwest Detroit. As soon as I got there, one of my aunties took a picture of me. I'm recording this video right now because I don't know, man. I just be feeling like something weird ain't right. Something weird be going on. Some type of lie already got told about me here in Michigan. That's just what I know. Um, but nobody's telling me directly. So, um, I went to my cousin crib in Rosedale Park after I left from Southwest Detroit. You know what I'm saying? And then I just got dropped off back here probably like 35 to 40 minutes ago. And they gave me this, I don't know, my auntie got some type of water jug or something that my peoples told me to give her. But I already uploaded a video on YouTube, but I just wanted to upload another one because I feel like, I don't know, I feel like something not right. I feel like some type of lie got told on me since I've been back in Michigan. Some type of messed up lie been told on me. You know what I'm saying? And it's so crazy how I've shown more than one example of how my phone is hacked. Like I showed more than one example of how my phone been continuously hacked, and it still get hacked. You know what I'm saying? It be like it's certain shit that just be keeping my phone away from other stuff. But the whole time I was at that reunion thing, like that's a reunion for my peoples. They way older. You know what I'm saying? That's the people that they went to like high school with from way back in the day. So I just went just to go, but that was between what time I leave? Probably around like 5 p.m. So between it's 9:57 p.m. right now. So between 4:30 p.m. and 9:57 p.m. I was with my auntie. You know what I'm saying, and I went out to Southwest Detroit and met up with my moms, and I'm not gonna elaborate about the stuff that I feel like it's just weird and stuff like that. Happy birthday to my moms. She gave me a couple t-shirts and I'm like, yo, it's your birthday, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then after I left from, Southwest Detroit, came to Rosedale Park for probably like 30 minutes at my cousin's place. And I just got dropped off back in Southfield. What I was talking about earlier though, or yesterday, I talked about how I met this one girl back in the summertime of 2018. I was on Grand River in Southfield with Denzel. Nigga I hung out with back in Brightmoor, like back in the day in 2018. And it was this light-skinned girl that they was cool with. I think that was Denzel baby mama or girlfriend homegirl. And I just basically said I never did anything sexual with that girl. You know what I'm saying? Like one time I was talking to her and she was like, hey, we can go somewhere, we can leave right now. That was when I first met her. Then when I spoke on, like, as soon as I left with her, everything changed, everything shifted. You know what I'm saying? And after that, I never ever again tried to do anything with her. So it was one particular night where we all went downtown and I was arguing with her, and I was also arguing with that nigga Jalen. It was me, Denzel, Jalen, and that girl. She was sitting in the passenger seat, and Jalen and Denzel was sitting in the back seat. But then we got into an argument, and they ended up hopping out of the car downtown, and I ended up parking. We got to arguing again when I like parked on foot, and then somehow we ended up like squashing that shit. Then they got back in the car. When they got back in the car, old girl wasn't sitting in the passenger side no more. She was sitting in the back. She was sitting like behind me on like the driver's side or in the middle. And Jayla was sitting on the passenger back side. And Denzel was sitting in the front seat. And on the way back to the west side of Detroit, we in downtown. I put the car in park and jumped out. Like, what up? You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, Jalen kept like talking shit. This was a long time ago. After that day, me and them niggas squashed that shit. We was still cool, still was smoking a drink with them niggas or whatever. But the main point that I was making was, I think somebody recorded me that night when I got into it with them, and when I ran over around to the back passenger side of the seat, and I was saying, I was telling Jalen, like, man, call me another bitch, call me another bitch. And I was about to like swing through the back, through the window. You know what I'm saying? To hit him, but the girl was basically telling Jalen to chill out because she was saying he got a gun on him, and Denzel was like, you don't know AJ. AJ not about to fight Jalen, man. That nigga go back with that nigga. You know what I'm saying? We know AJ since we was a kid. So Denzel was just chilling, like, man, he ain't about to shoot that nigga. No, AJ ain't about to do that. So I was talking earlier yesterday about how that light-skinned girl, that was the first time I met her, was in 2018. And I was saying, like, in the summertime of 2014, when I came back to Detroit from my cousin Wade, it was this light-skinned girl that was there at my uncle crib. But I was looking at her like she looked familiar. Yo, she looked so familiar. But I hung out with my cousin in the summertime of 2013. Also, my cousin was Sean, you know, before he passed away. I hung out with him a lot in the summertime of 2013. So I was thinking maybe me and him were just around Southwest Detroit one day, and I saw that girl, and then, you know what I'm saying, she just had like a recognizable face. But I also said there's no way, it's absolutely no way that those two people was the same people, because I was saying there's no way that that could be like a coincidence, because there's been times in the past where I go, you know, call up some girls, tell some girls to come through. I tell them to come through around like Schoolcraft or Brightmoor area where I hung out at, and then certain niggas would know the girls that I knew, and certain girls and know some of the niggas that I knew, or know some girl that was possibly related to one of the niggas, or know some girl that was possibly in a relationship with one of them niggas. Like, I used to see that type of stuff, yo, all the time. So that really wasn't a big deal. That wasn't like that wasn't something that was out the ordinary. But I personally felt like the fact that I saw that light-skinned girl in 2014, and she was related. She had to be related, because everybody that was out there was somebody that was like close fam that was at my uncle crib. I was saying that was no way that was the same person. But when I first came back to Detroit in the summertime of 2014, dog, I had this polo bag, this blue and brown polo bag with like the yellow symbol. I left that at Marvin Denzel and them crib on Plymouth and Southfield. When not Plymouth and Southfield, Plymouth and Plainview, closer to Evergreen. When I first came back to Detroit, my cousin JR picked me up. You know what I'm saying? I still remember he had like an all-white pickup truck. It was like a old school type of a truck. You know what I'm saying? He picked me up from the airport, and then I left my duffel bag over there. You know what I'm saying? I told her, I was like, man, let me just leave my bag over here for a little minute. They like, man, you know you good, whatever. So, I don't know, dog. Only reason why I spoke on that, because I was thinking, man, ain't no way in the world that I left that duffel bag over there and like something weird happened to it. Ain't no way in the world that somebody possibly took a picture of that or something like that. Ain't no way. But then I went and hung out over there on 7 Mile of Greenfield with my cousin. I also spoke on this one girl that I talked to back in the day that was a stripper. And she started fighting me because, like, one of my cousins basically had sex with her. This was back in, like, December of 2012, or probably, like, January or February of 2013. It was cold outside, I know that. And she told me that she thought that it was me that she was having sex with. So when she basically, like, finished having sex with my cousin, she got mad at me because she said she thought it was me. And when she realized that it was my cousin instead, she felt like she had got like tricked or something like that. And I was like, yo, ain't no way that you thought that was me. You know what I'm saying? And I was telling her like, no, yo, I thought you knew. Like I was like right on the side of you, like tapping you and stuff, like making sure that you was actually conscious and all of that. You was like right there. And I still dropped that girl off after that. I still took her back to the crib after that. My cousins was telling me, man, you need to put her out, man. You need to drop her off. I'm like, no, man. Because they was telling me, hey, if the police pull up, they ain't gonna care. They ain't gonna care about who right or wrong, because she was swinging on me. You know what I'm saying? That girl was swinging on me. Hit me in the face and all that. But that just wasn't that, like, putting my hands on some lady was never my thing. You know what I'm saying? Like as far as like physical assault goes. So, or any kind of assault goes, that was never me. You know what I'm saying? I never like physically assaulted some female before. So, again, I talked about how I keeping my distance from a lot of people because there's a lot of weird stuff going on, dog. A lot of stuff that I feel like wasn't right that happened in the past. I spoke on a lot of shit. So if it's somebody in Michigan as of lately saying that they had sex with me, it's a lot of people already moving in a very, very, very scandalous, shiesty, evil type of way, dog. And what they trying to do is sabotage me and frame me. I said this a bunch of times. Look, somebody could take my sperm by doing something to me sexually while I'm unconscious. I don't mean like I'm asleep. I mean literally like somebody sprayed something around me or put something in my food or my drink. I'll be unconscious. Somebody could do something to me in my sleep, take a picture or a recording of me. Somebody could actually give somebody a cell phone and then take a picture of me with somebody else's cell phone. Then give that person that cell phone back and make it look like that it was somebody else around me photographing me. And then they could put that on Snapchat, on Twitter, on Facebook, and nobody would know that that person is framing me or sabotaging me. This has happened to me in the past, yo. So, to wrap all of this up, if there's somebody who said that I engaged in any kind of a sexual act with them, they are lying on me. The only way that that's possible is if I was unconscious due to somebody poisoning my food, because I'm not smoking or drinking. I ain't smoked or drank in over 2 years. I was saying that to my peoples, like when I was just at that reunion, you know what I'm saying? I helped a couple people around and stuff. I was saying that to them, like, I held some drinks for a couple of my aunties and stuff like that, and it was just it was cool to see some people I ain't seen in a long time. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like, I don't know, man. I be feeling like be some weird stuff going on. Like, I just feel like I stopped at the gas station in the store, and I feel like the looks that I received just like going, I feel like something happened. Something has been said already. Something has been said, and people are not telling me directly. But I remember telling Jalen back in the day, I got into an argument with him. I was like, if you got the police, I was like, until you got the police trying to get you here, you can't tell me nothing. I remember saying that back in the summertime of 2018. And the reason why I said that was because I was living in Florida at the time, at Fort Myers, Florida. And it was a lot of fucked up shit that I was going through in Fort Myers, Florida, and nobody was doing anything about it. So I pretty much came to the conclusion that they got it out to get me. So I was basically saying that, I stayed to myself so much, and I had my mind just focused on progressing for the better so much that it really ruffled somebody else's feathers in Fort Myers and had them hating on me for no reason. So I was basically telling that nigga in the back in the day, like, bro, until you going through this bullshit, you can't tell me nothing. Because I felt like I had people that was literally, people of a high like morale and people of honor that was basically allowing a bunch of messed up stuff to happen to me. So I tried to convert that into something positive, into something good, and saying, well, I must be doing something right if I got people hating on me for no reason in this in this town that I lived at in Florida, in this small town of Fort Myers, Florida. But I think that one girl recorded me, dog, back in the day, and I think people took that. They took the pictures and the videos that I put up on YouTube. They created their own story. Then they tried to just paint over the truth, and then like paint my whole name and my whole life with like a brand new lie or something, dog. That's just what I think. Like I said, I can always admit to when I'm wrong about something. I can admit to if I went through confusion or something. I can admit like if something happened that just wasn't right. But I personally feel like, man, look, it's around 10 p.m. right now. Between 4:30 p.m. and 10 p.m., between 4:30 p.m. and 9:40 p.m., I wasn't here. You know what I'm saying? I was in Detroit. You feel me? So I don't know if some type of photograph been taken when I was gone. I don't know, but I just be observing, yo. And then after I left from Southwest Detroit, I went to my cousin's place in Rosedale Park. You know what I'm saying? You know, he also grew up around that area, I believe, around like Southwest Detroit area. You know what I'm saying? And my you know, my people still over there at his place. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's my actual blood cousin. And I also want to say this: my cousin Washawn is not in the gang. I mean, he wasn't in the gang when he was alive. He was never in the gang. That man was not a. I said this a long time ago. I'm gonna just make this clear one more time. He was not a Crip or nothing like that. I'm not in the gang. I'm not a Blood or a Crip. I wanted to make that clear, yo, because he had on blue on his obituary. I just wanted to make that clear because I think, you know, a lot got told a while back. He was from the, man, he grew up on the east side of 8 Mile, you feel me? And he got a lot of family members in Southwest Detroit. You know what I'm saying? On his mom and his dad's side of the family. So I just wanted to make that clear because I believe that a real messed up lie was told a long time ago, yo. A long time ago. But again, in the summertime of 2014, I saw this one girl, and I call him my Uncle Barry, but he really not he's not my biological uncle. He's, you know, my cousin Washawn's biological father. I said that he was never my like biological cousin, but I just always called him my cousin back in the day. It was this light-skinned girl that was at their place, and I just said she looked familiar, yo. But I just think me and my cousin seen her around Southwest Detroit, but I don't think that that's the same light-skinned girl that I had met in the summertime of 2018. I met her in that year, and I never talked to her after that one night. It was like I think it was like her birthday or something. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to just go hang out downtown, but you know what I'm saying? After I left from downtown area, after I got into it with Jalen and them or whatever, and I came back, went to a couple stops, dropped Denzel off at a couple stops, or pulled up at a couple stops where some girls that Denzel was talking to, and that was it. Dropped Jalen off at the crib. So ever since then, it's absolutely no way in the world. I said this before. I've heard some of the craziest stories about people doing some of the most crazy things in their life, yo. And people stop doing what they doing, or they chill out, and that just be it. It just be a regular old, you know, peaceful life. They probably have a couple run-ins with some, you know, on a couple negative days, a couple altercations here and there, but that'd be it. That'd be the end of that. It don't be a whole lot of major bullshit. I've been getting lied on for years, dog. Years. Just getting lied on. And some people believe that as long as I don't see everything that's happening on Snapchat, because I'm not on Snapchat, as long as I don't see what's happening on Twitter or on Instagram, you know what I'm saying? I don't be seeing all the conversations that's being held on Twitter or on Instagram. I got a Twitter, I got an Instagram, but I don't be seeing all the conversations that's being held. There's a platform somewhere that a lot of conversations is being held at, and I'm not seeing that. I don't know if it's DMs or if it's public. Either way it go, it's not registering to me. So with that being said, I think that some people believe that as long as they keep me away from what everybody else is publicly seeing, that somehow it's going to brainwash me to believe that nothing is being said or nothing is happening to me as far as people making up lies about me. But I'm just very observant. So when I go to the store or something, I just feel like, yo, I could tell I'm recognized. So how do I see some people, and I hear about some people, I read about some people who be living a crazy life. Some of them don't necessarily be having a crazy life. They'll just make a shift in life and be doing something differently. Don't nobody mess with them. Don't nobody bother them. So in my case, I got people making up bold-faced lies on me, and every single year another lie is told. And don't nobody do anything about it. And I've spoken of, you know, people trying to frame me and sabotage me or possibly take my sperm and give it to somebody else. Think about, you know, how scandalous that is for somebody to do something to you in your sleep. You'll never know it. You know what I'm saying? A couple years go by, somebody walking around saying that they've been impregnated by you, and you be looking like, no, I never talked to that person. I never did anything with that person at all. And then you find out that one night something was weird. You know, just last night, right now, it's it's the 9th of August, but last night, probably around like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, I woke up out of my sleep and my arm was like real. You ever fell asleep on your arm? My arm was numb. My arm was like super numb, and I woke up and then be honest, I was kind of like frantically thinking again, like, what the fuck? Why is my arm so numb? I woke up and my arm was like literally numb, yo. But I think I just like fell asleep the wrong way. But my point is, it's been times I believe in the past that I woke up just feeling weird and I didn't think much of it. But then I found out that, okay, even though it was just a weird wake up for me and I just felt kind of dizzy, I didn't know that something got put into my food, something got put into my beverage, something got put into my bottle of water. So the side effects of me being unconscious and somebody taking a picture or a video of me or framing me in my sleep, the side effects was just me waking up feeling kind of dizzy, kind of woozy. But I don't know that it was way worse while I was unconscious, because somebody probably put some type of a muscle relaxer in my shit, some type of some type of date rape drug or something like that. You know what I'm saying? People can actually put that in your food, stuff that people be putting in people's drinks and stuff. Them date rape drugs, I don't know what it is, but the doctor told me one time what it is, but they could put that in your food. You can eat some food, go to sleep, be unconscious, be out of it, be completely incoherent, not remember anything when you wake up, and not even know that somebody possibly took a video of you, a recording of you, sabotaged you, framed you, put you online, made a complete mockery of you. And then you be basically having a normal day. The next day you go to the store, you know what I'm saying, you go to the gas station, people looking at you like they recognize you. You don't know that somebody took a recording of you and put it on Snapchat. And then when you come forth and you say, yo, I've been celibate for over 3 years, I've been sober for over 2 years, people be saying, well, if that's a lie, what else is a lie? Because I see a video of you engaging in some type of sexual act, and I say, no, that's impossible, show me. So that's when I'm about to start doing being way more conversational, because there's no way, if something like that has happened, there's absolutely no way that people can do something like that and then keep me blocked away forever. It's impossible. So so earlier today, when my auntie took a picture of me, as soon as I got to that reunion, I said, auntie, you know all the stuff I've been dealing with. Like, why would you take a picture of me as soon as I got here? Why would you do that? Like, my nerves ain't really all that good, yo. Came there with my book bag on, you know what I'm saying? Put my book bag in the car. Was about to work on my stuff, but I did work on my stuff a little bit. I was just writing my stuff down, like working on my business when I was at that reunion thing, and that was just about it, yo. So I don't know what's all what all happened today, but I spoke on the stuff, the stress that I be dealing with, you know, as far as feeling like my, you know, certain family members of mine don't look the same, they don't really act the same. I feel like it's some look-alike sometimes, acting like them, praying and begging, you know, God to keep my siblings and my mom safe and stuff, because I had certain visions about them in the past, you know what I'm saying, even though I saw my mom today, and, you know, God bless my whole family. I just feel like something not right. I can't talk about this to everybody because nobody's gonna believe me, you know what I'm saying? I even told my mom, like, hey, she grabbed me she handed me a couple t-shirts when she saw me. I'm like, yo, like, you ain't gotta give me no shirt. It's her B-Day, you know what I'm saying? But again, I truly believe that duffel bag, this blue and brown duffel bag of mine, been photographed before. If anybody has seen a video of anybody doing anything to me recently, or if it's somebody saying that they did something with me recently, let me know as soon as possible. This is to everybody, dog. That's the best way I can say this right now. Let me know as soon as possible if there's anybody saying that they seen me in a video or doing anything, yo. Anything at all. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not even gonna lie. I was in my cousin's place, yo, and I'm sitting in the car. And I looked over to the left of me. It looked like I saw some dude walking with some extra tight clothes on. I think that was his neighbor or something. I just I got out the car and said, yeah, I'm ready to go. You know what I'm saying? Just been through a lot, yo. Been through a whole lot of bullshit. A lot of lying, a lot of scandalizing, a lot of slandering. You know what I'm saying? So once I realized that I've been defamed a lot and slandered a lot and lied on a lot and nobody did anything about it, I said, okay, well, I got some type of a positive purpose in this world. It got to be something in this world that I'm meant to do that's along the lines of something that God want me to do, because there's no way that I could go through all that crazy stuff that I went through in the past and everybody just allowed it to happen. You know what I'm saying? As far as people that was in like law enforcement. That's why in the summertime of 2018, I told this one dude, until you got, you know, certain people that got it out to get you, you can't tell me nothing. It ain't like I was bragging or nothing. I was just saying, like, I've been through a lot of crazy stuff in Florida, and it was like I wasn't really doing a whole lot for people to be doing the shit that they was doing to me. I was just minding my business. I was talking to a lot of ladies around like Fort Myers, but that was about it. But that one girl that Zell and Marvin them knew, and Jalen and them knew, I never did that. That light-skinned girl that I had met in 2018, like I said, it seemed like I met her at the gas station one day, and I said there was this one nigga that pulled up at that same gas station. It was like on Grand River and around Grand River and Southfield or something like that. And this one nigga pulled up over there named Trayvon that I knew from back in the day, in high school days. And I was like, oh, what up, bro? You been good? And that nigga was like, yeah, man, working at Chrysler and shit, whatever. I'm like, all right, good for you. Then old girl, you know, Zell was out there fucking with the girls or whatever, fucking with the ladies or whatever. I was talking to some, and then it was one girl. She was in the car with somebody else. I think one of her homegirls, and she was like, we can go somewhere right now. We can go somewhere right now. And when I left and then pulled up at her place, she switched up. And after that, I was like, that was it. I never tried to do anything at all ever again. I said this before, like, once I see one sign, once I see one thing that basically lets me know that some lady ain't messing with me or something, that'd be it for me. All it takes is one time. So, man, look, I'm saying this to everybody. If there's somebody saying that they talking to me or they had sex with me, let me know as soon as possible. If it's a video going around anywhere, if anybody saying that they did something with me, let me know as soon as possible, yo. Let me know as soon as possible. Like I said, it's I got back here around 9:30 something p.m. or something like that. I could really check the exact time when I got back here, but I was gone between 4:30 p.m. and like 9:30 p.m. I was gone, or 9:40 p.m. I was gone. You know what I'm saying? Put it like this: between 4:30 p.m. and 10 p.m. I wasn't here. I wasn't here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying that just in case. Man, look, I don't be trusting shit. It's definitely a lot of weird stuff going on. And I'm going to say this one more time. My cousin who passed away back in 2014, he was not in the gang, yo, at all. You know what I'm saying? He was from the east side of 8 Mile. You know what I'm saying? He was from the east side of 8 Mile. And he also got a lot of family members in Southwest Detroit. And I'm not in the gang, and I never joined the gang. Anything that I ever used to be around when I was in my younger days was just around probably like Schoolcraft or Brightmoor area or something like that. And as a kid, you know what I'm saying, I was around like Southwest Detroit, but that was my family tree was from. You know what I'm saying? That was where my whole family was from. So I was around Southwest Detroit when I was going to like Newberry and stuff, elementary school. So like I said, the stuff I'm dealing with, the people that do believe me, they don't want to tell me directly that they believe me, dog. And the main reason why they don't want to tell me directly that they believe me about all the stuff that I'm dealing with is because they go look at me like, if you going through all this stuff and nobody is actually like listening to you, and if you're going through all this hell and ain't nobody doing nothing about it, that means there's somebody that's powerful that's covering it up. So a lot of people will see me going through this and say, I don't want to get involved, dog. I don't want to get involved. If somebody has did something to you in your sleep, sexually assaulted you in your sleep, or poison your food at any given time and did something to you while you was unconscious, that's not hard to see when somebody record that. If anybody has did anything to you illegal and then actually recorded themselves doing it, that's not hard to see. So the fact that nobody has did anything about it, anybody else looking from the outside in will say, I don't want to get involved, yo. I'm gonna keep my distance. Because if you going through all of that, it ain't nothing happen, that means it's somebody that don't like you that's, you know what I'm saying, that got probably a powerful voice or something. So today, man, it was a peaceful day, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like when I did go to the store, I do feel like I was like seen in a recognizable way. I'm still saying this too. If a celebrity think that they ever talked to me or reached out to me, or I reached out to them, you didn't. It was somebody hacking my phone and acting like me and keeping me away from talking to you. So that's even more scary to other people who's looking from the outside in or listening. They would, if anybody would basically be like, shit, if it's this many people hacking your phone and then actually convincing the whole world that you talking to people that you're not talking to, that can easily be proven wrong. So the fact that has not been proven wrong yet, that's scary, yo. A lot of people be like, yo, I don't want to get involved. A lot of people say that. They'll be like, yo, I'm not getting involved in that, because that means it's a lot of people that's against you. But everything that I put up on my YouTube has been washed up with a fake story, with a different type of story or something, and people try to basically add on lies on top of that. So man, God bless to everybody. I'm gonna get off this phone for the night. I just wanted to say that, yo.